Hello everyone, my name is Jason Weaver. I am the Web Presence Director for Front Sight Post Publishing. I'm also a partner along with Darrin and our art director Sam in the organization, in the company. And I'm very excited to come to you today because I have received my copy of Rough Forged. So here in the box is my copy. Believe it or not, even though I am a partner in the organization and in the business, I have not seen the actual book set yet. I live very far away from the Front Sight Post main operations, and so Darrin was kind enough to send me out my own copy, and I now have it. I know many of you are quite anxious to receive your copies, and believe me, they're on their way. We are performing fulfillment right now as we speak, and getting all of those pre-orders and regular orders out the door as soon as possible, very, very quickly. Please remember for me also that next weekend, November 14th, Darrin will be at the Tulsa Arms Show, and so he'll have copies of Rough Forged there. If you haven't purchased your copy yet, please stop by the booth. It's booth 25 NCAP, 25D NCAP. I'll put that in the notes section below so you have that information. But please stop by, say hello to Darrin, and he'd be happy to chat with you about Rough Forged. But I'm super excited. Enough with all of that kind of talk. Let's just open up the box and see what we've got. So again, here's the box, the Rough Forged box. It's big. It's got 2 books inside it, so it's big. That makes a lot of sense. I've already cut open the box and removed a few personal items. Darrin and I are brothers, and so there was a few personal items in there for me. But the first thing that I notice is that we have the Rough Forged postcard, and so that is available in here. Just some materials for you all to have. It could even work as a bookmark, I suppose. And then in addition to that, a business card also could work as a bookmark, and you'll always know how to get a hold of Darrin. He is, of course, our president and CEO at Front Sight Post Publishing. So you may want that information to be able to do that. Just some packing materials to keep the sets from moving around. So what I have is the set wrapped in paper. So what I'm going to do is reach in with both hands. I'm going to put the box over on the side. And here we go. So put together the 2-book set. Very anxious to open this up and take a look at it. I was unable to get down to the printing facility in Texas during the printing. I live in the Pacific Northwest, just north of the Portland, Oregon area. So I've very much been quite interested in how the printing's been going along. And obviously Darrin's been sending me pictures, and I've been putting it on the web and in the emails for you. And so here we go. Wow. Look at that. All right, excuse me from the paper. I'm just going to put that under the desk. This is absolutely gorgeous. Here we go, everybody. Rough Forged. Look at that. Look at that. Rough Forged. If you haven't already received it, you're going to be getting your copy very, very soon. So the first thing I notice is that, of course, it's the two-book set right here, Rough Forged. 2 books. We have this really nice decorative sleeve that slides off, featuring some of the very, very distinctive design and artwork from our art director, Sam Franks. And that is just really cool. Keeps both of the book sets nicely organized. That's going to look great on the shelf. That's something. All right. That's nice. Okay, what do we got? Well, of course, we have to first talk about Volume 1 of Rough Forged. This dust jacket is really nice. Okay, so super high gloss dust jacket. You can see it kind of gleaming off of my office light there. As I go through, I'm going to quickly open it up. Here we've got some really terrific information. Of course, Darrin's information here I've known him my entire life, so I think I already know all of that. But if you don't, you can read through there and learn more about him, as well as some additional information here towards the front. There we go. And yeah, this is gorgeous. I'm trying to be really cautious. I'm going to make sure I keep this in nice condition. As I go through here, I'm going to try to position this so the camera can see it. Excuse me for fumbling around a little bit. So here we go. Moving through, here's the contributors section. Many of you are going to be in this contributor section, which is truly something that both Darrin and I are incredibly proud of, and we really, really appreciate everything you've done to assist in the creation of this book. We have forewords from John Speed and from Paul Vaines, And then, of course, Darrin has his entries, and then we move into the prologue and the table of contents as well. Just flipping through some of the pictures, you know, I'm going to take the dust cover off just for this unboxing. And I'm going to put that back on very shortly. Look at that. I mean, just even the nice silver lettering that is exposed there. That's embossed. That's nice. All right, well, as I go through here, I'm just going to flip through. You see Walther there right up front inspecting one of the rifles. That's terrific. And then we move through. Here is some information on a few more engineers, Mauser's colleagues, and we go through. Well, these illustrations are really crisp. This is terrific. You know, it may seem funny to have me talking about the illustration crispness and those kinds of things. Remember, I've only seen PDFs, right? I've only seen the proofs prior to getting over to the printer. So for me to see them in live form it's really something. So this is terrific. Moving through more pictures here, and some real great detail. Man, this is absolutely gorgeous. Designs emerge from the shadows, 1927, 1933. Wow. All right, well, you don't want to look at me just staring through all this great information and all these gorgeous pictures. What you want is for me to get to volume 2. So I'm going to. Volume 1. Look at that. That's neat. Okay. So, volume 2. Here we go. Similar cover. A few minor changes to make sure we understand it's volume 2. So, I hold the volume 1 cover up. You know, 2 different rifles on the front, and of course, slightly the name has changed, or the title designating volume 2. I got to get that dust cover back on. So here I'm going to take the dust cover off to make it easy for me to show it to you. Put that over on the side. Again, nice embossing on the title. That's really good. Volume 2 down here. That's nice as well. Let's go ahead and move through this. And as we start to flip through, here is... Oh, I might have missed this on the front side, but here, or in the first book. But here is the signature, right? Being Darrin's younger brother, I can probably forge a signature the number of times I've seen it. But it's nice to have it signed. And I know he's signing every copy that goes out from the pre-orders and orders as well. So as we move through, we can see, again, just the number of illustrations in here is really incredible. I mean, that's terrific. And look at these here. Chapter 13 on page 71. 1945, the final months of production and end of the war. I mean, just gorgeous materials, and this paper is very high quality. This is exactly what you would want from a collector's book, you know, for a reference item that you can then take a look at, and as you're discussing your collection with friends and the different firearms and rifles you have in your collection, and when you start to talk about certain subjects and they have questions, you know, you can always reference back to Rough Forge, and even Hitler's Garands. If you have the original volume from 2000, you can do that as well. As most of you know, but I'll repeat it anyway, this really is a revision of Hitler's Garands, and so there's many additional pieces of information, as well as some corrections and so on. So just the perfect natural flow from Hitler's Garands back to Rough Forge. So schematics in here. Wow. A lot of scopes and optics. That's really neat too. So when Darrin first started to develop his interest in World War II German firearms and the German wartime economy, you know, I used to just think of it, being much younger than him, as just, you know, German guns. That's how I used to think of it. But, you know, he really got into and really began to develop an interest in optics and so on. Here's some nice information about the brands and marks. He really got into optics, and there's a terrific amount of information here when it comes to scopes for the different rifles that are covered inside the book here. So, wow, this is good. This is neat. I'm so happy to have this. Well, what else do I say, folks? I mean, I've got my copy of Rough Forge. If you've already ordered your copy, it's going to be on its way very, very shortly. Fulfillment is happening right now as we speak. 2 volumes. Look at all this information. You know, 2 volumes here of Rough Forge. I got to get my dust covers back on, and of course, in addition to the 2 volumes, you know, the decorative sleeve, keeping this all together, nice on your bookshelf. This is going to be a welcome addition to any collector's book collection, and really any small arms collector, especially historical small arms. This is going to be a terrific addition to their collection. Well, that's all I have for you. If you have any questions, go ahead and put those in the comments section below. I will answer that. I may have to go back to Darrin to answer questions. He is, of course, the expert. But once again, my name is Jason Weaver. I am the Web Presence Director for Front Sight Post Publishing, and we really appreciate your time. If you haven't got your copy of Rough Forged, please go to frontsightpostpublishing.com. You can order your copy there, and Darrin will get your set sent out to you as soon as possible. Anyway, don't forget Tulsa next weekend, November 14th, weekend of the 14th, and I'll put the information in the comment section so you'll know exactly where to see Darrin at if you decide to go. Anyway, subscribers, fans, everybody else, thank you so much. This project happened because of you, and we really appreciate all of your support and patience. Take care.